The girl was swatting at mosquitoes when she suddenly noticed the peeling wallpaper, as if something was hidden behind it. Just as Ellie was about to pull the wallpaper back, a strange sound suddenly came from outside the window. Curiously, Ellie walked over. It turned out to be the noise from a window she had forgotten to close. Ellie closed the window and was about to leave, but in the next second, the window suddenly opened again. Ellie was terrified, and she mustered the courage to stretch out her hand once more. Ellie was badly frightened. At this moment, she saw Lucy in the living room. Ellie slowly walked toward Lucy and told her what had just happened. But Lucy said she had been standing there all along, and that what Ellie saw in the window was just a reflection. Then Lucy said she heard her brother John speaking. Ellie was shocked, because John was in a vegetative state, so how could he suddenly talk? She walked into John's room, and only left after making sure his equipment was normal. The next day at school, Ellie irritably walked to her locker, and happened to see two classmates talking about her. When they saw Ellie, they quickly walked away. Ellie looked at the drawing they had left on the locker, and fell into deep thought, because it was a drawing of her own mansion. In order to find out what was special about the house, Ellie searched for information in the school library. It turned out that 40 years ago, the owner of the house was bewitched by a demon, and murdered all 6 members of his family. After seeing this, Ellie realized she was living in a haunted house. That night, Ellie was still thinking about all these strange events. She stared tightly at the half-torn wallpaper. Driven by her intense curiosity, Ellie ripped the entire wallpaper down. Inside, black stains were revealed. Ellie immediately found photos of the crime scene. Sure enough, that stain was the jam left from back then. After learning the truth, Ellie was extremely scared. That night, Ellie suddenly felt someone crawling into her bed. She thought it was Lucy, so she reached out to comfort her. But in the next second, her hand touched a sticky liquid. Ellie immediately woke up in shock. At this moment, a pool of bright red jam appeared on the bedsheet. Ellie was terrified. Suddenly, someone tapped her on the shoulder. Ellie turned around and discovered it was the previous homeowner. Fortunately, it was just a nightmare. But strangely, the wallpaper she had torn down last night had returned to its original state. These strange events made Ellie feel uneasy. That day, when the doctor came to examine John, he was surprised to find that John had shown a reaction. This indicated that his condition was improving. At this moment, the doctor suddenly noticed several flies circling around the bed. Then he saw a maggot. The doctor prepared to take a closer look, but then discovered that John was staring at him viciously. The doctor didn't take it seriously. He carefully turned John's body over, only to find that his back had already rotted away. Countless flies swarmed out of the bed and flew straight into the doctor's mouth. Very quickly, everything returned to normal. After experiencing this bizarre scene, the doctor left in fear. However, the strange events did not end there. One day, Lucy saw a dark shadow flash past the door. Then the closet door opened by itself. A voice kept calling Lucy. Following the guidance of the voice, Lucy slowly walked toward the closet, but as soon as she went in, the door slammed shut. Lucy screamed in fear. After hearing the sound, Ellie rushed